I would give Luka MVP over Joker, or the other way around. I wouldn't give it to Wemby.
And where's the reigning MVP in all of this ranking with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
He's probably right below Wemby.
Before the 2025 season even tipped off, fans were already hyped, calling this year's MVP race one of the craziest we've ever seen. And after just a month of action, they weren't wrong. 5 superstars have turned the early part of the season into a flat-out war for the throne. Some might cool off, others could catch fire, but right now, it's a 5-man clash that's shaping up to be legendary. Welcome to Ball Stories channel, where Hoops Talk stays raw and real. Don't forget to hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. Every bit of love helps this Hoop fam grow stronger. When we're talking about MVP frontrunners, we're talking pure domination. Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, and Nikola Jokic, these guys are running the court like they own it.
26.2 points, 12.9 rebounds, and leading the league in defensive boards.
Honestly, it's tough to picture anyone else catching up right now. If a new face somehow sneaks into the top 3, that would be a total shocker. Still, before we dive into the full breakdown, a few names deserve some quick props. First up, Victor Wembanyama, Wemby himself. The young phenom is expected to miss about a month, and while that doesn't completely take him out of MVP talks, it definitely makes things tricky. Missing too many games could keep him from hitting that 65-game mark needed to qualify for awards. So yeah, by season's end, his spot in the rankings might slip, but right now, he's been flat-out unreal. Through the first month, Wemby's been tearing it up, dropping 26.2 points, grabbing 12.9 rebounds, and leading the entire league in defensive boards. He's also dishing out 4 assists and swatting a ridiculous 3.6 shots per game. Yep, that's league-leading too. He's hitting 55.8% on twos, and even though that number could be higher given how many clean looks he gets, his outside shot has been solid, 34.5% from deep on almost 5 attempts a night. Altogether, he's rocking a 60.9% true shooting rate, about 2.6% higher than league average, and for someone putting up 26, 13, 4, and nearly 4 blocks a game, that's flat-out insane.
When you see the difference when Luka is in this type of basketball.
Luka, not Luka.
Luka.
No, you said Luka.
Okay, Luka.
We know who you're talking about.
But when he's in this, I'm thinking Laker and Luka, all in one word. But
Nice try.
Create another one.
When you see him in this type of basketball shape, what that allows him to do is to get into basketball play.
With him on the floor, the Spurs sit at 8-4. Without him, they're 3-0, including a clean win over Memphis. But the sample size is tiny, so it's hard to read too deep into that. Stat-wise, the Spurs actually score about 2.6 points better on offense when he's off the court, probably because those games turn into straight shootouts. Still, the numbers don't lie. Wemby's impact is already shaking up the entire league. Defensively, though, it's the opposite. They're 8.3 points worse without him. The biggest defensive drop of any player in this MVP conversation that gives Wemby an overall plus 5.7 net rating, proof that even this early, he's already changing the game. Giannis Antetokounmpo putting up monster numbers again. He's averaging 31.2 points, 10.8 rebounds, and a career-high 6.8 assists, along with 1.2 blocks a night. He's knocking down 64% of his two-pointers while taking nearly 18 of them per game, the most in the league this year. He's traded some of that smooth mid-range game for a surprising 3-point touch. 50% from deep though on just 1.4 attempts per game. Personally, I'd rather see him back in that mid-range groove. That 3-point percentage probably won't last still. His overall true shooting sits at a wild 66.2%, about 8% above league average. The Bucks' record with Giannis stands at 7-7 and 1-1. Without him, not ideal, but not the whole story either. A few close losses and questionable calls have frustrated fans, with many saying we should have had those wins, and they might be right. Statistically, the Bucks are an incredible 21.8 points better offensively when Giannis is on the floor, though oddly, their defense dips a bit with him out there. Early season numbers can be misleading, but that's still one of the best on-off impacts in the league overall. Giannis sits at plus 21 in net rating impact. Just ridiculous. He's still a force every night, but the MVP talk is tricky. This year, I didn't pick him as my preseason favorite, mostly because I figured the Bucks wouldn't rely on him for that same carry job narrative we've seen before. I thought this season might look more like LeBron's 2018 run, dominant individually, but with a stronger supporting cast.
Now people say when they get haircuts in top 5. I'm like top 2. At the most, I gotta be top 3. Everybody, is Daddy top 5 when he gets a haircut? Babe, what you think? Top 5? Top 1?
Great guy. At some point, he will be the man, the Lone Star man in LA. But can they get it done this year? I don't know. Can they make it to the Western Conference Final? A lot of ifs have to happen, but he's playing great. Austin Reeves is playing great. They found a way to win with, the King not being there. But the question is when they're all said and done, when they're all healthy, when everybody's playing at the top level, can they be a noise in the Western Conference? And my answer is I don't think so, but maybe.
Yet with other stars posting crazy numbers and better team records, his MVP chances might take a hit still. The Bucks feel better than their record shows, and if they heat up, Giannis could easily storm right back into the MVP lead. And next up we've got Shai Gill, just Alexander, the smoothest scorer in the game right now. And yeah, some fans love to clown him, calling him everyone's favorite flopper, but let's keep it real. There's nothing fake about what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing this season. The man is flat out cooking. He's putting up 31.9 points, 6.7 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and nearly a block per game, 0.9 to be exact. For a guard, that's wild. He's cashing in 59% of his twos on 14 attempts a night and draining 38.5% from deep on almost 6 shots per game. That's elite efficiency. Last year, Shai had a stretch where his three-pointer looked nice, but it didn't quite carry into the playoffs. This time though, if this version of his jumper sticks, he's going to be straight up unguardable. Everyone already knows his mid-range game is filthy, his step-backs and pull-ups are cold, and his drives to the rim, straight murder. But now that he's knocking down threes consistently, defenders don't even know what to do with him. He's scoring from everywhere, and that's a scary sight for any defense. Shai's true shooting percentage sits at a jaw-dropping 66%, about 7.7% higher than league average. Dropping almost 32 a night with that kind of efficiency, that's superstar-level stuff, no question. But what's really launching him up the MVP ladder isn't just the numbers, it's the winning. The Thunder are sitting pretty with a 15-1 record. Their only loss? A 2-point nail-biter against Portland. Other than that, they've been blowing teams out like it's nothing. Right now, OKC's got one of the highest point differentials in NBA history. They even topped their own record from last season by 2 full points. That's next-level dominance. Some people are out here saying, he's not even playing full fourth quarters, so this must be a super team. But nah, that's not really the case. When Shai sits, OKC's offense falls off a cliff, dropping to a 106 offensive rating. When he's back on the court, they're 20.6 points better offensively. That's massive. It shows just how much he drives every possession and controls the flow of the game. Now sure, defensively, OKC's about 5.9 points worse when he's playing, which might surprise some folks, but it's not a red flag, not this early in the season. He's carrying such a huge offensive load that a small defensive dip is expected, and honestly, it's not hurting the team's success at all. And speaking of crazy numbers, next up, Luka Doncic. The man's leading the entire league in scoring, lighting it up with 34.6 points a night. Unless injuries get in the way, it's tough to see anyone catching him for that scoring title. On top of that, he's dishing out 9 assists, grabbing 8.5 rebounds, and snagging nearly 2 steals per game, which might...
I'd probably vote for Joker for MVP.
Not Wemby either?
No.
Jeez,
Hell
what?
no. I like
San Antonio in your top 4?
Ooh, what do you mean, hell no?
Who's your...
At his point, he's
not against Luka and Joker. He's not MVP.
Then who's your top 4? You got OKC,
Yes.
Denver. Who's 3?
Rockets.
Rockets, and then
Probably the Lakers.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because man, what the Joker's doing. The one thing about sports is we just taking this dude for granted, man. He is the best basketball player in the world. You just going out there getting easy triple doubles every day, and he ain't getting them fluky 10 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. He get like 25, 16, and 17.
just be a career high for him. The MVP race is turning into an all-out war between these superstars. Luka's finishing around the rim this season has been straight up elite. He's cashing in 61.7% of his twos. That's ridiculous for a guard. The man's footwork, body control, and touch in traffic are unreal. But when it comes to his outside shot, it's been a mixed story. Luka's launching more threes than anyone in the league, almost 11 a game, but only connecting on 31.7%. You'd love to see that number climb a bit, or at least see him pick better looks from deep. That's been the story of Luka's jumper for years. When it's falling, he's flat out unstoppable. But when it's off, defenses are happy to let him keep firing away. Because once he steps inside that arc, it's basically automatic. And speaking of automatic, someone really needs to pull the stats on how many mid-range and ones Luka gets. It feels like every single night he's getting hacked on some wild, off-balance floater from 12 feet out, and it still goes in. It's unreal how he makes those tough shots look routine, like he's just playing around out there. His overall true shooting sits at 61.7%, about 3.4% above league average, tying his career best. Leading the league in scoring and doing it with above-average efficiency puts him in rare company. Add in the near triple-double numbers, and Luka's having one of the most complete offensive seasons we've seen in years. Now let's talk team impact. Dallas is 8-3 when Luka's in the lineup and 3-1 when he sits, so they can still hang tough without him. A big reason? Austin Reeves stepping up when Luka's out. But make no mistake, when Luka's on the floor, the Mavs offense jumps by 9.1 points per 100 possessions. Defensively, they slip just a bit, 1.7 points worse, but overall, that's still a strong plus 7.4 net rating with him in the game. But here's where it gets wild. Guys like Jokic, Shai, and Giannis are sitting closer to a plus 20 net rating swing. Still, Luka's numbers are so crazy that even
I agree everything you're saying about the Joker's, but don't discredit what Wemby is doing.
I'm not discrediting what Wemby's doing.
I mean,
All I'm
the
saying
record is the same right now.
Do you think
His impact is the same. His impact on winning is the same.
He's playing
a
out of this world right now.
Wemby's playing great, but he's not.
The record is similar, Chuck.
No, they're not the same animal, brother.
Bro, San Antonio's 8-2 and Denver is 8-2.
Yeah,
But his impact on winning
I mean,
yes,
is the exact same.
But I'm
as
saying,
Jokic.
if you had to take MVP right now, which is way too early, you'd go.
That's how you're talking about them, though.
Joker and
You
Luka.
like this. They're not like this.
Hey,
here,
I'm not
they're not like
disrespecting
this.
Wemby.
Okay.
But hey,
Okay, yeah, give me the hand signal like he just gave me.
yeah.
Where are they?
Where are they?
well, Joker, Luka, and Wemby.
You tripping.
Averaging 29.1 points, 13.2 rebounds, the most in the league, and 11.1 assists, also leading.
with a smaller on-off gap, he's locked in the MVP race and could easily climb higher if Dallas keeps stacking wins. His scoring, touch, vision, and control make him a walking highlight reel. He's carrying this squad every night like it's nothing. And now, it's time to talk about Nikola Jokic. The one guy people keep trying to push out of the MVP conversation, even though his game just keeps getting scarier every season. But who keeps crashing back into the MVP race like he owns the place? Nikola Jokic, every single year. Fans and analysts always say, we've seen enough of Jokic, and then, boom. He quietly reminds everyone why you can never count him out. He doesn't talk much, he's not out here chasing highlight reels, but then you peek at the box score and realize, this dude's playing in another dimension. The season started a little slow for him, at least by his own insane standards. Back in October, he looked almost human, averaging around 20 points on just 13 shots per game. But when November hit, it was like a switch flipped. Jokic basically said, all right, time to remind everyone who runs this league. And ever since, he's been nothing short of unreal. Right now, he's averaging 29.1 points, 13.2 rebounds, the most in the league, and 11.1 assists, which also leads the league. On top of that, he's snagging 1.6 steals and nearly a block a game. That's a stat line that doesn't even sound real. His efficiency? Straight out of a video game. He's hitting 65.7% of his twos while taking almost 17 a night and knocking down a smooth 40% from deep on nearly 5 attempts. There's seriously nobody in the NBA touching that mix of versatility and efficiency right now. His true shooting percentage? An absurd 73.6%. That's about 16 points higher than league average. Let that sink in. Averaging nearly a 30-point triple-double and keeping that kind of efficiency shouldn't even be possible. But Jokic is doing it night after night like it's casual. And the best part, it's all translating into wins. After that slower start, his November numbers have gone completely off the rails. He's now averaging 34 points a game, 13.6 more than he was in October, and doing it on just 6 extra shots. That kind of leap without losing efficiency? That's not normal. That's dominance on another level. When Jokic decides it's takeover time, it's a wrap. Defenders can't double him because he'll pick you apart with a pass, and you can't leave him one-on-one because he'll bully you in the post or splash a three right in your face. He's redefining what an MVP looks like, and doing it with that calm, unbothered swagger that says, I don't need the spotlight, I just own the game. There's nothing defenses can do to slow this man down. Team-wise, Denver's rolling again, sitting at 11-3 overall and a dominant 7-1 in November. Their only loss this month? A tight 3-point battle with Chicago. The advanced stats tell the full story. When Jokic is on the court, the Nuggets are 19.4 points better offensively and 2.7 points better defensively. That's a combined plus 22.2 net rating, one of the most dominant marks in the entire league. His presence doesn't just make a difference, it completely tilts the game every time he checks in. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Jokic is the best player in basketball, period. I was calling it long before he even got that championship ring. People who claim he's a weak defender just aren't watching closely. Sure, he doesn't swat shots like Wemby or Giannis, but his timing, positioning, and off-the-charts basketball IQ make him an elite defensive anchor. And offensively, forget it, he's a one-man system. Jokic runs Denver's offense like a point guard trapped in a center's body. His vision, touch, and patience make everything look effortless. He controls the tempo of the game like a conductor leading an orchestra. Every move, every pass, every read is pure precision. Honestly, the only player who can even challenge him in terms of offensive brilliance is Steph Curry. Now, I totally get the whole voter fatigue thing. Fans and media crave something fresh every year, but Jokic's numbers are just too insane to ignore. Every single category, points, rebounds, assists, efficiency, team success, he's either leading or sitting right near the top. Denver's once again one of the best squads in the West, and Jokic is the engine behind every win they've got. As much as people want to see new names in the MVP mix, it's becoming obvious. Jokic isn't just in the conversation, he is the conversation. Right now, there's no one in the league playing better basketball than Nikola Jokic. You trippin' if you think otherwise. Yeah, right now we're watching Jokic at his absolute peak. Maybe the greatest offensive player ever. And even if you don't want to go that far, he's easily top 4 all-time with MJ, LeBron, and Steph. But honestly, he might be sitting at number 1. His control of the game is unreal. He scores with ease, reads defenses like a computer, and makes every single teammate better just by being on the court. This season, he somehow looks even sharper than during any of his 3 MVP years. His passing, his touch, his rhythm, they're all on another level. The numbers he's putting up don't even look real anymore. We might be witnessing one of the greatest offensive seasons in NBA history. Now sure, that doesn't automatically guarantee another MVP trophy. The Nuggets' record could level out a bit, and maybe his numbers cool off down the stretch. But even if his true shooting dips slightly, no one's matching his impact. If the season ended today, my MVP ballot would read like this: Jokic at number 1, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at number 2, and Luka Doncic sliding in at number 3. And Giannis and Wemby are still in the mix too, though Wemby's injury could slow his run a little. But man, this top 5 might be one of the best MVP races ever. The only year that really compares. 1988, Bird, Magic, Jordan, Hakeem, and Barkley all going at it. And this year's group, Jokic, Shai, Luka, Giannis, and Wemby, feels just as legendary. We're watching something special unfold right now. This MVP race could go down as one of the greatest in NBA history, and Jokic is leading the charge like a quiet king ruling his empire. What do you think? Does Jokic really deserve the MVP right now, or are Shai and Luka closing that gap fast? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to hear what you've got to say. And hey, thanks for rocking with me till the end. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Ball Stories for more wild NBA moments and deep dives. And don't stop here. There's plenty more drama, highlights, and stories waiting for you on the channel. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.